What can increase the power of a level? Now, there are two main things that can increase the power of any level. Now, the first one is the obvious one, which you know already, and this is the fact of a mirroring concept. So when you see the mirroring, then the level becomes the mirroring level, and it increases the power of that level tremendously. That you know already. But there is the second thing that can increase the power of the level actually quite substantially. And that is the round number factor. So what does this mean? This means that the level is located at a round number. And these round numbers, they can end with either 25, 50, 75, or 0, 0. Now, this is very interesting. And the reason for that is quite simple. It is because of options trading. Now, there are quite a few products that you can trade, such as futures, options, stocks, bonds, warrants, and many other things and products. However, options trading is a little bit different from the futures trading. Well, obviously, they have round numbers. So, depending on the market, those numbers, as you can see here, for example, in the screen, you see that the market is moving on the right. One movement is 0.5 points. However, in options trading, this usually is not the case. Usually, they are at least 5 points, or some of them are 10 points, the difference. So one option will be possible here, the next one will be here. So 220 to 230. That depends on the market, and you must make a note in your notebook that not every market has options trading. Some markets do offer options trading, some don't offer options trading, but most of the markets do have options trading. And that's the reason why I wanted to give you this small piece of information to watch out for, and the round numbers can actually increase the power of the level. Now, make sure that you understand that the round number itself is not a level. A lot of people hear what I'm saying, and just in general, a lot of traders actually confuse the round numbers, the pure and naked round numbers, being levels, but that's not the case. It's only if there is a level and it's located at a round number, then this round number is something that increases the power of that level, and not the other way around. A round number does not create a level. It's just a round number, and it does not mean that there will be a support or resistance at that round number just because it's a round number. No. Only if there is already an existing level, you've marked it, and then you noticed, oh wow, the level is at 13,250. This is a round number, and this would increase the power of the level. So remember, 25, 50, and 75, and two zeros. So for example, 13,250, and the next one would be the 13,200. But this depends on the market. Some markets will have options trading 10 points in between. So that means that there will be a possibility for an options trading for 13,210, 13,220, maybe even 5 points difference. So 13,220, 13,225. You must check the market that you are trading and see what point differences there are between options. I mean, when you're trading options, what kind of prices you can get on those contracts, on the options themselves. And therefore, you'll be able to set an expectation and know which round number is considered to be a options round number. So, but in general, the 25, 50, 75, and two zeros are the strongest ones. And of course, 25 is the least strongest, 50 is the medium strength, and the 00 is the strongest. So let's say here 13,225 would be medium, the smallest strength. Now the next one here, the 50, so 13,250 would be the medium strength, and 13,200 would be the actual maximum strength you can get from a round number, except super round numbers such as 13,000, 12,000, 1,000, 3,000. As the S&P 500, recently it was breaking the level of 3,000, and this was quite a huge round number for the S&P 500, and there was some small resistance at somewhere around 3,000. I don't believe it was exactly 3,000, but around that area. So you must keep track of these round numbers. And is it absolutely necessary? Well, no, but these round numbers, they do tend to increase the power of the level simply because of two reasons. The technical reason, the options trading that I've just explained, and it's a technical reason, it's no magic, no mystery, it's actual options trading. And so at these levels, there will be extra contracts, extra people trading at these levels, but they will be trading options, so something different, but it will still have an effect on the market and the movement of the market that you're looking at. So this is a technical reason, and it's logical, it's explainable, and there is no magic in it. So this is reason number one. And the reason number two is, well, this is a little bit a mystical one, a psychological one, but it is widely believed that the round numbers are liked very much by huge players such as banks, hedge funds, and so on. They tend to sometimes round up the number when they're gathering a position, for example, which, as you can remember, creates a limit level. And when they're gathering that position, sometimes they really like to round up the number and actually buy or sell something when they're gathering a position at a round number, which, as they say, which I've just heard, but don't quote me on that it's easier to do the math. It's easier to calculate profits and losses and do their math when they're trading. So that's the reason why they might actually use round numbers. So first is the options trading, which is technical and understandable. And the second one is, well, quite iffy. And I'm not 100% sure because I've heard it from a reliable source, from my mentor, who still works for a fund, and he still trades with large amounts of money for people. So with not his money, but, well, he works for a fund. And he said that they do use it. Now, I've never seen it, and I've never worked for a fund, and I've never claimed to be a Wall Street tycoon, as I've said. I'm just a simple day trader who did well for himself, that's all. So this might be the second reason, and just keep it in mind, it's a fun fact, but it is absolutely true, and I guarantee that a lot of times the round numbers do increase the power of levels, at least for the reason of the options trading. And now one last thing before we wrap up. So does it mean that if we have a really powerful mirroring level and it is at a round number and it is a local high and so many things in one level, and it is an incredibly powerful level, and we know how to trade it and we see a structure and everything is fantastic, does it really mean that we can, for example, try and trade it with more contracts? So if you're usually trading 5 contracts and here you see a really powerful level, really awesome one, and really many confirmations, many CSLs, and a round number once again, and a daily level, so not some 5-minute level, and a consolidation, a vivid limit player, some FBs, so some false breaks, so everything is fantastic. Should you trade with more contracts, and does it mean that this level has more potential for good reward and for actually working? The answer is yes. When I see a fantastic level, I do increase the amount of contracts that I trade. Now, for the beginning and in the very beginning of your trading career, you shouldn't do that in the very beginning. You should make sure that you really understand what increases the power of the level and have experience trading with levels, indicators, and my famous trading system and the combination of all these things. And once you make sure that you understand it perfectly, then you can play around with the number of contracts, and you will know when you are good at this stuff, because you'll be making money. And when you are, and you see a powerful, tasty, juicy level, and with a lot of support and confirmation and a round number, yes, increase the amount of traded contracts, but not by too much. If you trade one contract, then try and trade 2 contracts. If you trade 2-3 contracts, then, well, bump it up to 4 or 5, but not more. Don't go crazy. Don't risk 5% or 10% of your depot on any kind of a trade. If you're trading 0.1%, which I recommend, the risk amount per trade from your depot, 1%, and you should never exceed that. But when you have a super powerful level, the most you can do ever, the absolute maximum, is 2%. So never more than 2%. So if 1% is 5 contracts and you see a super powerful level, then you can trade maximum 10 contracts. But once again, this is with large letters and highlight it, please, that this is only for later when you're experienced and you're comfortable and you understand everything and you're making profits. Then you can do this. But until then, please keep your amount of risk, meaning the percentage from your depot, at the same level, and this will help your statistics and all of other things that I've said already. All right, this lesson is coming to an end. Please enjoy your test, and there is no homework again. So enjoy some time off, and I'll see you in the next lesson.